You're watching Business of Sport on Cricket Next. I'm Surama Kaushik, your host. Well, I'm all set for WTC 2023 final between India and Australia starting from June 7th at the Oval, London. Well, we'll have all the live updates here on Cricket Next as Network 18 Group Sports Editor K. Shriniwas will be there and he'll be giving us all the interesting updates that you really need to hear. But today I'm here with all the set of questions that I have set for him because I want to know the business side of WTC. Also, I have a very interesting question. Do you think is it fair to have just one-off test to decide the winner of this two-year test cycle? Now, here we have India and Australia as finalists, and in just few days' time, we'll get to know who will win this trophy. But before that, let us welcome K. Srinivas Rao to get all the answers of our questions. So here we have KSR. Hello, Srini. Glad
Hi,
to
hi,
see
sir.
you here in this. So, Srini, I want to know that what is the business side of WTC? Also, we see that it's just a two-year cycle, and then the winner gets decided by this one-off test. How fair is it? Do you find it fair?
Yeah, so I'll answer it in two parts. I'll keep the business and the economics separate, and I'll come back to that.
Okay. Hmm.
So, a one-off test match, is that fair?
Hmm.
I'll quote people before I give my view on this. I'll quote some people. Let's say I'll quote first guy to quote would be Ravi Shastri, because
Okay.
the first WTC final happened when Ravi was still the coach of the Indian team, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So I remember having conversations with him on what he thought. He said,
Hmm.
Srini, 2 year cycle getting decided in a one test match in just one game, that too at a neutral venue, this doesn't add up.
Hmm.
Now, this is also a view that later was echoed by Sachin Tendulkar.
Okay. Okay.
Sachin has also spoken about this with me, like in one of my conversations, in pretty detail, right? I mean, and he said it has to be a best of three, at least.
Hmm. Hmm.
You can't just have a
Hmm.
one-off game, and that too in a
Hmm.
neutral country. See, the
Hmm.
very essence of a test match is the concept of a home and away, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And, a true judging of skills, understanding of conditions, making use of conditions, and all of that cannot be arrived at until you are tested on a home and away format concept.
Right.
Right? I mean, traditionally for the
Right.
last 200 years, that is how Test cricket has been played. When I come to your home country, your backyard, you have conditions, crowd, weather, pitch, grass, whatever it is that suits your style of cricket, based on which you challenge me to play.
Hmm. Hmm.
Historically, that is where cricket was born.
Hmm.
Test cricket was born. That is the philosophy of Test cricket, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Similarly, in return, I invite you to my backyard where you come, and I pose all the challenges that are there at my disposal, right? I mean, that is
Absolutely.
why
Yes.
we've grown up listening to the stories of um, Dennis Lilly at Perth, or
Hmm.
Edrapalli Prasanna in India, right?
Hmm.
Or so I mean, this is what Test cricket was all about. So does the structure of a final may do justice? Well, you could tweak this concept. Have a
Hmm.
have a test match which is, let's say India and Australia qualify for the WTC final. Have a test match in
Hmm.
Australia. Have a test match in India,
Yeah.
right? And then decide
Right.
if you need and then based on that, you need to have a, okay, let's say it's a 1-1 draw, both have won a test
Hmm.
match. Let's say it's a 0-0 and there's been no conclusion. Okay, you can think of
Hmm.
a decider. Okay,
Hmm.
if not, let's say you can think of, let's say, the winner, whoever has won, or
Hmm.
if there is no result, let's say it's 0-0 or 1-1, maybe the team that ended up with the most points on the WTC cycle ends up winning it,
And so,
or
yes.
the team that has the most number of points on the WTC cycle table plays a world 11.
Hmm.
property that can be thought about,
Yeah.
right? An 11 of the finest test players around the world. And
Yeah.
this is so. I'm not. See, I'm not nobody to say that this is how it should be. Point is, somebody needs to give it a thought.
Mm.
One-off test match to round this up. I'm not very convinced.
Mm. So you don't think so that this is a great option to decide the winner of test
Yeah, it's
series that run around 2 years?
too random. Like I have played 2 years of exceptional cricket. Now you are
Mm.
asking me to play a test match at a neutral venue against another team. How does it make sense? How does
Yeah.
it make sense?
And Sri, that takes me to the next question, right? Like, we don't find it as a great option in terms of deciding the winner after playing 2 years of great cricket, test cricket, especially when we're talking about World Test Championship. But here, is this a viable option, this one off test, in terms of finance as well?
That's what. See, a one-off test match is not going to hurt you, right? From a purist
Hmm.
theory, one-off test match is going to be fine, right? But if there is,
Hmm.
let's say, a three-game series to decide the final,
Hmm.
then I'm blocking a month. Get it?
Hmm.
So let's
Right.
say India and Australia qualify for the final. Now, if it's a one-off test match, I'm dedicating a week, right?
Yeah.
But if it's a three-test match series to decide the final winner, then I'm dedicating a month. Now, if an
Right.
Indian team is dedicating a month, that is 1 month of serious money, serious economics
Hmm.
that we're talking about, right?
Hmm.
Let's how much is a day's game worth? Like, let's say, what is the value of one ICC? I mean, ICC is not even the right barometer at what Star has paid the ICC for the broadcast rights. I mean, it's ridiculous. That amount can never be
Hmm.
justified. But that's not the right. So let's go by the India bilateral uh, game.
Okay.
60,
Hmm.
60 crore is what Star was paying BCCI per game, whether it's a test
Per
match,
game.
whether it's a ODI or a T20, right? 60 crore. Now, in
Yeah.
1 month, potentially I can fill in 12 T20 internationals,
Hmm.
right? 12 to 15, 12 T20 internationals with a 3 day gap in between, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Let's say 10 T20 internationals. So 10 into 60, 600 crores is what I'm
Six.
potentially
Hmm.
going to earn in 1 month, right? Now,
Right.
if I were to put three test matches of the WTC in that, Indian team is dedicating a month. Is that month of three test matches going to earn cricket 600 crore? See, people don't understand. People, I'm sure there are going to be comments in this show which will say, "ये आदमी सिर्फ पैसा सोचता है." No,
Huh.
I'm not the one thinking money. That's not how
Hmm.
things work. Remember, for everybody's joy, somebody is cutting a check.
Yeah. As you always say, there are no free lunches.
There are no free lunches in life. So somebody
Hmm.
at some point in time is cutting a check, picking the tab for you, right? And that is how you are getting to
True.
play the sport. There's no rocket
Huh.
science. Somebody is always
True.
picking the tab. Now, to what extent? So 1 week of a one-off test match is definitely not hurting. 1 month, is that sustainable? You can do it.
Hmm.
But what
Hmm.
will happen a month later, 2 seasons later, 3 seasons later? Somebody is going to come up with a business model. There'll be another Lalit Modi sitting somewhere who will say, "Boss, chuck this test championship. I have a better model. Why don't we have a Champions League format? I'll get in a
Huh.
broadcaster. He'll pump in $2 billion every year. Gaya
Huh.
pani mein, test championship cycle,
True.
right? So
True.
you have to
True.
figure a way to sustain it. And the only sustenance
Absolutely.
model I can think of is from a financial perspective. And
Hmm.
I don't think the ICC is doing the right things in order to make this a financially sustainable model. No.
Hmm.
I mean, you
So,
can have a blind bidder like Star throwing away money, but that doesn't
hmm.
mean it's a financially sustainable model.
Yeah. So now, Srini, you have mentioned, that ICC are not doing enough to sustain this model, right? So what they can do? I mean, obviously, when we are saying that they're not doing things in a better way, we need to come up with some solutions also, right? So what are the solutions that you think should be there or ICC can
So,
do in order to sustain
World
it?
Test Championship, the concept is on the
Hmm.
basis of what? It's on the basis of every test playing nation competing with each other, right? So
Hmm.
tell me, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, South Africa, New Zealand. What kind of test series are they playing with each other? And if at best, how many test matches in a series? Like, like
Hmm.
when was the last time that you've seen, India South Africa went down from 4-3 last time when India toured South Africa, right?
Hmm.
Before that, at least there used to be four test matches.
Four test matches. Absolutely
But
right.
year before the tour before the last one, when in 2018 we went there, it was three. Again, this time we
Hmm.
went there, it was three or two. Sorry,
Hmm.
two test matches,
Two test matches.
right? Why is that happening? Because the economics aren't being able to be like they're not able to sustain the economics of it,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So some country, Afghanistan comes to India to play what, a one-off test match,
Hmm.
right?
Just
Uh,
one.
yeah, is Bangladesh going to Sri Lanka to play at least four test matches? Is Sri Lanka going to
Hmm.
West Indies to play at least four test matches? Is New Zealand
Hmm.
are New Zealand and South Africa playing anything of any relevance? So basically, what
This
are we
is
saying?
what South Africa also raised, right? They raised that concern. They said that we are not playing equal number of matches as the countries like
Of
India
course,
and Australia for that
of
matter.
course, of course. And now, so this is how it is. I mean, the only three countries that are playing any kind of marquee test cricket right now
Hmm.
is India going to Australia, Australia coming here, India going to England, England coming here, and between India,
Yeah.
England and Australia, the Ashes, which is coming up right
Right.
after this. These are the only
This.
three properties in test cricket that are viable financially, making money, have the prospect of show the prospect of making money, and can
Huh.
sustain and can dedicate. As I said, if you need to play five test matches, you need to dedicate 2 months. So financially, it's
Hmm.
a sustainable model. If India is playing in Australia, spectators here in India are waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning to sit in front of the television, and that says
True.
a thing or two about the property that it is. It is the
Yeah.
biggest. I have said this. India versus England and India versus Australia is bigger than the Ashes. Way
Hmm.
bigger than the Ashes. Uh,
Hmm.
Potentially, India versus Pakistan can be bigger than these two.
Yes. It's just that
It
the
can be
two
bigger than
countries don't
India,
play.
Australia, bigger than India, England, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's not going to happen anytime soon. So I'm
Hmm.
saying that these are financially sustainable models, but your test championship cycle is based
Hmm.
on the prospect of all test nations included.
All
Now, the
destinations.
question is, if I'm playing five matches, I'm not really
Hmm.
benefiting.
You're right.
I can play a two-match series, win it, my points will be like kind of, added up. Such a
Hmm.
complicated cycle that is.
True. True.
Right? So I don't
Yeah.
think it does justice to the tournament. The structure doesn't do justice to the tournament. Can you change
Hmm.
it? No. The ICC can't do anything to change it.
But can't we decide a pattern, Srini, out here that these are the number of matches that each country will play in these 2 years and then they'll go there? Why?
It's not financially
Because,
sustainable. See,
okay.
you see, listen, I mean, it's okay if a cricket board says, I don't care, whether
Hmm.
I earn money out of this or not. I'm happy if there is no broadcaster coming on board, I'm happy showing it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you
Yeah.
coming with that kind of mindset is fine. I mean, then nobody can do much about it, right? But
Yeah.
your cricket boards want to earn money, right?
Right.
So
Right.
how exactly are they going to earn money? You're not going to be making Sri Lanka versus West Indies, Sri Lanka versus Pakistan, Pakistan versus Bangladesh, Bangladesh versus Sri Lanka
Hmm.
is not going to help you earn top
Money.
dollar anymore. Sri Lankan cricket rights
Exactly.
went for sale a couple of months ago. There were no
Hmm.
takers. Sony went and just renewed the deal.
Yeah.
Nobody. I mean, Viacom, Geo Cinema did not go. Star did not go.
Hmm. Hmm.
Point is, the local media there also is not raising questions. They don't. I mean, I'm sorry, but half the guys are not even following the economics of the game, right? They should be
Hmm.
asking
Hmm.
their cricket board serious questions.
Hmm. Hmm.
So where are these countries earning money from? We'll have to do a separate show on this. They earn their money through participation. This thing. So if they participate in an ICC tournament, the ICC gives them participation fee. Where does
Hmm.
that money come from? The broadcast rights, that money that ICC earns.
And
Because
yeah.
of who does ICC earn that money? That's because of India.
Hmm.
So,
True. So
these are
obviously
sad
India is at the
truths.
center stage. Yeah.
Sad truths. But if I were to spell it out, I mean, People aren't going to like it for what the argument really stands for. But that said,
Hmm.
let's come back to the basic point that I'm trying to make. The ICC, I don't think, has done justice at all to the concept of a World Test Championship. And
Hmm.
now it's in the middle of such a complicated model and a structure that it's too difficult to kind of change it or to, whatever, remodel it. So they'll have to like kind
Hmm.
of disrupt the existing model completely, go back to square one, then restart. But are they
Hmm.
will for that? For starters, they'll have to first sit up and say, yes, we admit we made a mistake.
Well, I don't think so that they're going to accept it. But Shri, just last question out there. Let's see, 6 years. Okay. After 6 years, do you find tests relevant? Because the way we are seeing T20 tournaments, taking that one extra point every time, year by year, because they are booming in a way, the T20 leagues are getting started every year. So, do you think that test cycle, then WTC, will be seeing some great excitement after 6 years also in such kind of concepts? Will tests be relevant or not?
Okay, yeah. So test cricket, is test cricket going to be relevant? I can tell you, test cricket will never die. Never.
Okay. Okay.
ODIs could die, test cricket will never die.
Okay. Okay.
What we are stuck is in the narrative. Where we are stuck is in determining the narrative. So, for
Hmm.
example, what is the
Hmm.
value of test cricket? The value of test cricket should be what you feel test cricket should earn, or what test cricket should earn to survive and sustain. See,
Hmm.
in your
Hmm.
mind, you could think that test cricket needs 1000 rupees to survive and sustain, but test cricket may
Hmm.
actually probably need only 100 rupees to survive and sustain.
Hmm.
How exactly are you looking at the sport? Right? I mean,
Hmm.
are you saying that a Cheteshwar Pujara is going to continue playing test cricket only if you're paying him a crore rupees for a test match? You're paying him 75 lakh, he will not play? No, that's not the case,
He
right?
will continue to play. Yeah.
Exactly. So there are people in this world who respect the game for what it is, have a purist theory to the way they followed the game, the way they want to play the game, and that will never go away. It will always be there. It is the middlemen. It is people who run the game, who think the onus lies on them to get top dollar to the game, who are trying to punch above their weight to say, no, no, wait, I'll get money for test cricket. It's okay.
Hmm.
Like for example, people say, no, if I were to not club test cricket with T20 cricket, who will buy? People will buy. If not anything,
Hmm.
show it on YouTube. Now, what is the big deal?
Yeah. Right.
Virat Kohli and a Rohit Sharma earn enough money in white ball cricket. They don't want to earn money from Test cricket. They want to
Hmm.
play Test cricket because obviously they love playing Test cricket.
The
They're not
Yeah,
saying that pay me the
absolutely.
same money
Yeah.
that RCB or Mumbai Indians pays me for IPL. No, that's a different format.
Hmm.
And in this, you just pay them. You Test cricket must generate enough money to self
Hmm.
sustain, not
Hmm.
to kind of sell dreams. Sell
Right.
dreams as in I meant financially.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, yes, I understand. And as we are seeing, these youngsters, the young cricketers like Shubman Gill, Ishan Kishan, I've heard them quite a few times where they have mentioned that they really want to play Test cricket. And, till the time all these youngsters will come in and they'll say that they want to play Test cricket and they want to create records in Test cricket, I believe that this format will go on and on. And you rightly said
Yes.
that, Test cricket will stay relevant. So, yeah.
India is demonized again and again and again for kind of making money so important in the game, and where it comes
Hmm.
from. But the fact is also that it is thanks to India that Test cricket is still what it is, and twice
True.
back-to-back qualification for the World Test Championship final tells you how important the priorities are for Indian cricket.
Well, yes, absolutely. And last remark, Srini, do you think India will bring cup this year,
Of
WTC Final
I have
2023?
I have faith in this team. I have belief in this team. And 21 also we were very well placed in Southampton. Unfortunately, the
Hmm.
conditions were overcast. We probably, I think, got our
Hmm.
selection wrong at that time,
Right. Right.
and I think the game got slowed down a bit too much, despite a good start that we had to the game. Right,
Hmm.
Shubman and Rohit had given us a good start in that test
Right.
match. So some of the things just didn't go according to this thing, and I know Virat, Ravi, Rohit, and all were like extremely irritated with how things went, and I'm sure they
Hmm.
will have that in mind. and weather is good in London right now. It's a bit chill, it's cold slightly, but the sun
Yeah.
is out. The sun is out,
Hmm.
meaning you get 5 full days of the test match. That's number one. The forecast is very good for the entire duration of the test match. And with the sun out, India has a good chance of playing both Ravichandran Ashwin and Ravindra Jadeja. And I would say that in any venue in England, the bowling pair of Mohammad Shami and Mohammad Siraj can do wonders. And then, of
Yeah.
course, you add a little bit of extra pace to it by bringing in Umesh Yadav. I think we have it in us to take 20 wickets, and that's what you need to win a test match.
Absolutely. And with that top order, wherein we have Virat Kohli and Shubman Gill, who are currently in great form,
I hope
let's just wait and watch whether we get to pull up that mark and win this trophy this year. Thank you so much, Srini, for joining with me. And we are
pleasure.
waiting for live and interesting updates from London as well. Thank you so much.
Pleasure's mine. Look forward. Thank you.
So I was in conversation with K. Srinivas Rao, where he told us all the answers of my questions and your questions as well, because I know quite a lot, many people have asked these questions from him time and again, whether it's fair to have just one-off test between two nations to decide the World Test Championship cycle winner, which runs for 2 years. Now, what is your thought on all of this? And what do you think? Will India lift the trophy this year and bring it back? Because India is the only team who have been through this process back to back times. In 2021, they faced New Zealand. Unfortunately, they were not able to win that WTC final, but this time there are high chances of India lifting that trophy. Now, what do you think? Tell us in the comment section down below and stay tuned for all the live updates from London, as Srini will be sharing the interesting updates from there. And for that, you really need to subscribe this channel. So quickly press the bell icon and stay tuned to Cricket Next.